Good to see you guys. How are you doing?
Hi, buddy. How are you,
man?
Hello.
How are you guys? It's an honor to talk to you all as always. I'm Kevin McCarthy from Washington, D.C. Well, first of all, as you all know, I'm a fan of filmmaking, and I love the way movies are made. And the immersion that Jon Watts has done here is brilliant. That one-er, Tom, when you're running around the apartment in the beginning, closing all the windows, is so cool. But the actual swinging scenes with MJ, to me, are some of the most incredibly immersive, jolting shots I've seen in a film in a long time. You feel like you're right there. And I wanted to know for each of you what those look like, how you're filming those, how much wind they're blowing at you, how much swing you're actually doing. How does it work? It's so cool.
It's actually
We're on the ground.
Unimpressive.
We're on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We're attached.
We're attached,
With
and
a
then there's
harness.
a camera attached to you.
Yeah, and then the camera's on
It's
like
either
these
on
rods.
Yeah, it's either on your front and then it's on your back.
Yeah.
And
You kind of like jump on.
really, we're both on the ground. And
Yeah.
we're just going.
Just kind of moving
this.
around. Yeah, we're in
Classic.
control of the camera. We're like this, and I'm just going. Whoa, MJ, whoa.
And then there's wind,
Yeah,
and
It's-
because it's
honestly-
attached, it just
Yeah.
kind of looks.
but
a
it
little-
is funny to watch though, for sure.
but one
There's
thing we
no-
have
wanna
to
s- yeah.
follow is we have to
George
make
has a
sure
video.
George does have a
That's
video.
the
That's
that's
right.
what I'm talking about.
But we have to
I
be
wanna
careful
see-
that we make sure the wind is going in the right,
Right
direction,
direction.
because there are films in the past where they have got that wrong.
Or when you web that we're
Yeah, so
Like
if I
we're
web with my
swinging.
right hand and I catch it this way, we need to make sure that we swing out this way.
yeah.
There's all
Well-
sorts of like physics that goes into it.
That's awesome. Zendaya, I spoke to you a few times during the pandemic over Zoom, Malcolm and Marie, which was a masterpiece, and Dune, obviously. I'm so excited about Dune Part 2. I saw 143 IMAX Dune the other day, and it blew my mind when they looked at the IMAX shots. But for one of the cool things about talking to you during the pandemic is that my wife and I watched Euphoria for the first time. I'd never seen the show all the way
Oh, wow.
through. And it's incredible, but the high school experience in Euphoria is obviously very different than the high school experience in Spider-Man. But they both still have a grounded realism to them. I was wondering if all three of you could imagine Ned, Peter, and MJ dropped into the Euphoria high school experience. What would that be like? How would that go down, do you think?
Okay, you say-
I want to see that multiverse. Yeah.
I think that they're all. I feel like that's pretty hard to say. I feel like they're all pretty sheltered.
I feel like they'd all be friends with Rue though, wouldn't they? I mean, there wouldn't be.
Rue's kind of friends with everybody.
Mm.
I don't know. It's weird. I think the thing is it's like there are different types of teenager and different
Right.
types of teenage experience.
Yeah,
and
of
we are
course.
covering the full spectrum of teenage experience.
Absolutely.
Which is very.
I feel
really
like
good.
we would just be friends with you, with
Yeah,
Rue.
for sure.
You know.
Like
I
you look
wanna
like
see
our
that,
friend
yeah.
MJ.
Am I Spider? Is he Spider-Man in this universe? In the
Yeah,
Euphoria universe?
In the Euphoria universe, he's Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
Oh.
That's tough, but then also in the Euphoria universe, there's a lot of temptation. A
A
lot
lot
of
of
crazy
temptation.
temptation in Spider-Man. So
Euphoria universe is
For
just real
Spider-Man or
life.
for Ned?
for Ned too.
Yeah, that's true. One of my favorite scenes. So we only saw 38 minutes of the film, which was like it was the fastest 38 minutes I've ever seen in my life. I could not wait to see more. And John's a brilliant, and Giacchino's score and hearing like the themes from Doctor Strange pop in there as well was amazing. One of my favorite scenes was Happy quoting Goodfellas, and he like messes up the line. And one thing I love about MCU is that they reference real movies. Like you
Right.
referenced Empire Strikes Back and Civil War, and obviously Alien and Infinity War. So I wanted to ask each of you: is there a movie quote from a famous movie that you actually use in your real life, or you botch like Happy does? Like, do either of you or any of you pull in a quote from a movie and say it in real life ever?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe.
I do. Yeah, we're back, baby. From Hangover, I do that quite a lot. We are back.
Zendaya, for you?
Oh man. I spend much of my life quoting
Quoting
movies.
Yeah.
This is the end one where I was like, well, I can't say what it is, but it's tight. That's tight.
Oh, this is the end.
Weed is tight. Weed is tight.
So everything is tight. That's
That is
tight.
tight.
I love that. All right, last question for you guys. One of my favorite moments in the film, and this is also in the trailer as well. You're reading that magazine and you say that line about like Peter Parker hypnotizes people until falling in love with them. And it's just like the things that we read about people is so ridiculous sometimes. And I'm wondering if all three of you, is there something you've read about yourself that was so absurd that made you react the way you did in a scene like that? Like, I'll go to you, Zendaya, first, and then Tom, and then Ned, and then I called you Ned. Jacob. Sorry.
It's all good.
Oh man.
I mean, it's things like I told a story the other day on Graham Norton, and the Graham Norton YouTube even made some bullshit clickbait thing about the story. The story was essentially saying that the guy I was up against for Spider-Man was really good looking, and the clickbait that they put was like Tom Holland explains how he wasn't good looking enough to be Spider-Man. How does that make any sense? I am Spider-Man. It drives me insane. You guys have a responsibility to tell the truth.
Tom,
Not
you know
to be
me, man.
first, just to tell the truth. And you do, actually.
I hope you all are staying safe. I really appreciate your time today. Congratulations to you, and keep making amazing work. I love all three of you, and it's an honor to talk to you today. It is.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you again. See you soon, Kevin.